All right, and we are back. So, we learned a couple important things last time. First of all, the prosecution has a bird who will, gouge our eyes out if we try to use the bracelet, so the bracelet's a no go. Uh, let's see. Second, I know we learned more important things. Hold on. What did we learn? Oh yes, the sir, what's his name? Mayor Tenma was being blackmailed into doing the merger. And third, Simon Blackquill is British. That's not relevant to the case, but I do love doing a British accent. Very, very much. And so I will. Anyways. How could happen? Oh, jeez. How could that happen? That was unintentional. There we go. Ah! The defense's assistant will refrain from growling her frustrations. Athena, are you alright? I know Merten was innocent, but there's nothing we can do. This sucks. You don't say. Sextono, allow me to put you out of your misery. Can I decline your offer? Abandon your client, and you'll misplace faith in him. Let the relief of a clear head and a clean conscience come rushing in. That will make the inevitable guilty verdict far easier to accept. Great. Now he's playing Simon Says with us. Well, he's not going to fool us with his stupid mind games. Athena, don't fall for his tricks. Now I'm the one who's dazed and confused. I can't even think straight. Hey, you alright? She fell right into his trap. Oh dear. Now, I suggest you make a mad dash from the courtroom into the wild blue yonder. What? Only by running shall your mind be cleared and your conscience cleansed. I prefer going on long walks myself. Alright, be back in 10. Athena, no, come back. Stay with me, Athena. Don't let yourself be twisted by that samurai. Don't fall to his metaphorical blade. Apollo? Mr. Justice? I heard the word objection, but what is it you object to? Huh? Oh, right. That objection was more of a reflex than anything else. What are we objecting to? I was hoping something would come to me while I was trying to stop Athena. The court is waiting, Mr. Justice, though as it stands now. I'll be forced to declare your client guilty and your legal skills suspect if this is it. Now, do you have anything that could overturn the prosecution's case? Well, actually, I do. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine! Apollo, you do have something more than your cords of steel, don't you? Nope, not really, but we'll be fine. But I've got absolutely nothing. That's never stopped me before. I have to explain how the real killer could have escaped that locked room. Because it's all over if I don't. Apollo! This calls for a new approach. Try to think outside the box. Or in this case, inside the box. And what a doozy that locked room is, too. I call teleportation. Well, Mr. Justice, do you have anything that can counter the prosecution's argument? You need to explain how the killer was able to teleport like he did. You bet I do. The real killer must have escaped from the locked room one way or another. Vague conjecture shall only earn you a taste of my blade, Justice Donald. Uh, time to do or die, literally. The defense will now explain how it would be possible to escape the locked room. You sure about this, Apollo? Can you really explain what happened? I'm fine. We just need to think this whole escape a locked room thing over from the beginning. So, let's see. If the killer had escaped, how could they have done so? The choices are pretty limited. The room is a window, but it doesn't open wide enough for anyone to get through, and there's a sheer cliff outside. As for the air vent, it's up too high, and there's nothing you could stand on or reach it. And needless to say, the forbidden chamber wouldn't open no matter what we did. So that's out. It might be locked from the inside. Did we check how it was locked? Yeah, that why we gotta keep the solution simple. Like they say, simple is best, and less words. Why use more when little word do trick? We need to rule out all of the absolutely impossible escape routes first. Then, whatever's left just might lead us to how the Fox Chamber was compromised. Your Honor, the defense proposes that the killer escaped through here. Oh, we're just doing this. Oh no. Oh no. Hi. Okay. Save. He outright said that it wouldn't be the Forbidden Chamber. I feel like it very well could be, but let's see. The air duct they said was too high. The window they said they couldn't get through because obviously it's only a very little space. And then the door was the door locked? I think so, if I recall. Okay, so let's think about this. What's her name was down like here-ish, right? The guy, Fritz or Fish or Filch, that's his name. He was up here. And then what's his name? Prudy boy. LaBelle. In the chamber. He definitely came out into the hallway somehow. Zoomed past her and down there. So it seems like the air duct and just the regular door are the most sensible things. But she had a master key to the door, didn't she? Or was it for I don't remember, man. This is not good. At this point, I'm ready to just click on the door. Just they went this way. The hallway door? Well, yes, I suppose that would be the only way out. It would appear you've already forgotten. The only available key until Jinxie Tenma came on scene was within that locked room. I would want to exit the Fox Chamber and then lock it without a key. I should have seen this coming. Okay, it depends on how the door locks. Because, I mean, there are some locks that you twist them and then you can shut the door and then it won't open again. So, if that makes sense to any of you, I promise it makes sense in my brain. Remember, Apollo, keep it simple. Simple, right. I could understand it. So I just straight up got it wrong. Shoot. If the killer had exited the room with the key, but maybe I didn't get it wrong? Well, Mr. Justice, the prosecution has some fine Japanese steel waiting unless you explain yourself quickly. Yes, Mr. Justice, if you screw up this trial, you are being executed. I don't care. I'm fine. I can explain myself. Please don't let him execute me. The reason the Fox Chamber's hallway door was locked was because it could very well be locked from the outside. It's obviously not Temma. It's the only sensible option. What if the room was locked from the outside? In other words, the killer took the key through the hallway door, then locked. Ow! Consider this. The master key was found inside the tightly locked Fox chamber. Any assertion that the key was removed from that room is a blatant contradiction of fact. I'm sorry. I forgot. Exiting the room before locking the door would require taking the key outside. But the key was found inside the room, which does seem like a contradiction. If only we could explain both. Like, how the key could be inside the room and be used to lock the door from outside. Can I just use a lockpick? Well, let's see if the defense can respond. Let's see if the defense can respond before Prosecutor Blackwell draws his sword. I'm so good at Englishing. Why does he, flinch like he's in pain? That feels relevant. How could the master key be at the crime scene despite the door being locked tight? Threw it in from the outside. There obviously wasn't enough time to change the lock. Slipped it in when the door was opened. Reasonable. This is so funny. I mean, it's a sheer cliff next to the window, so it's not like they could have, but maybe someone threw it in from the hallway when Jinxie opened when Jinxie opened the door? No. Wait, I misunderstood. Perhaps we should ask the little scamp herself. Was that right? Again? No. No, she's gonna say no. Yeah. My mind skipped a beat and oh yeah. He must have had it opened and then as he was shutting the door just tossed the key in and then locked it tight. With the key just threw into or perhaps you intend to accuse the witness of a murder. That's most Ace Attorney games, actually. Oh no. A penalty. Oh no, I'm so sad. Ugh. How could have someone gotten the key into that locked room? Gee, I wonder. Probably the only other sensible. Where is it? Threw it in from the outside. The window, I guess. There's no way someone could have changed the lock like that. As I save again. My paranoia. That was not intentional. Now get me out. Free me! Where is it? Yeah, this one. And it goes away. What if someone threw it into the room from outside? Something like, go out the hallway door, lock the room and then toss the key back in through the window. That would explain how the master key could be inside the locked room. And where would you throw it from? There's a cliff outside the fox chamber's window. Throwing the key in from there is an impossibility. Oh, right. Ah. Oh, he's wearing a tie. I didn't even notice that. I wonder if the key could have been tossed in from somewhere other than the window. If you're going to suggest the air vent, that goes in, like, it turns at 90 degrees. You're not going to be able to flip in somewhere other than the window? No, stupid. It's not the air duct. Tell me it's not the air duct. It's the air duct, isn't it? Oh, God. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this again because I'm paranoid and do not have faith in my own abilities or anything of the sort. But I feel like the intention is the air duct, and that bothers me. Take that as my slowdown becomes immense. The air vent! How the heck could that have happened? It turns at 90 degrees, you fool! How could that work? Yes, the window may be out of the question, but the air vent's not, except it is. Why? Oh, that's right! The fox chamber's air duct leads out into the hallway. How can you... Such a big space. And it turns. Even if, like, you threw it so it bounced off the corner and, like, it's not... You're not gonna... You need to throw that with a lot of force. She'd probably hear that from the flipping... wherever she was. From the way over there. Where is it? No, where's the map? Hold on. Yeah, whatever. You guys get what I'm saying. My non-existent audience. Then drop the key into the room through the vent inside the chamber. Hello? Are you good? That's preposterous. Ooh, that explains how the key got in there after it was used to lock the door perfectly. It's not, yeah, you don't say. It's not like that was what we've been trying to do this entire time. Mr. Justice, I'm afraid I'm a bit confused. No, you're not, Your Honor. Don't worry. I'll explain it so even Your Honor can understand. A little bit slow. First, the real killer, disguised as Temataro, murdered the alderman in the fox chamber. Then, they fled the room through the hallway door and locked it. Next, they entered the air duct. They entered the air duct from the vent outside in the hallway? Was it just the little panel there that was too small? I thought you couldn't fit through the air duct. Finally, the killer tossed the key into the room through the air vent in the ceiling there. I guess so. Cool. All that was left to do after that was go back through the duct and flee the manor. Well, Your Honor, could that be any clearer? Amazing! Even I can follow that! Look at my hammer, I'm going to beat you with it! The judge seems really pleased. That explains everything. The real killer was someone dressed up like Temataro. And there was someone other than the mayor and the alderman in that room. Hey, it looks like that lawyer has beaten the jailbird prosecutor. Yes, fellow British. Whoa, that was a total turnabout. Whoa. They said the thing. That massive forehead of him seems so... Hello? What do you mean? What do you mean? Order! I say stop talking about the defensive forehead. I had enough of this last game. Now that I proved a possible third party, I don't see how our client could be guilty. That's so cool. He just gets his own special flipping call out. A valiant effort, Justice Dono. Much your final thrust missed its mark. Guess they didn't magically reconnect again. Both that little scamp and the tricksy Tanuki saw the yokai after it left the room. But then what? Did that irksome yokai simply go through the foyer and waltz right out the front door? Yeah. That's exactly what happened, actually. The killer fled from... Oh! But that is impossible. Without being spotted by the foyer security camera, that is. I see. I mean, are those doors right there? Could easily just... The electric eye here would have captured any pesky little yokai trying to escape. However, there is no sign of Temataro anywhere in the security footage. What? Save for the foyer entrance, there is no other way to flee the manor. Is there? I don't feel so good. You go, Athena. Kill him. Wait! I believe there is one other way to escape besides the foyer entrance. There's a large window in the foyer. It's possible to escape through there without being seen by the security camera. You go, girl. Hey, you're right. He really loves using that, doesn't he? Must I point out every crucial detail to the defense? It seems you lack not only brains, but investigative prowess to boot. You know who really lacks boots? Your detective. Because the Tanuki keeps stealing them. That is the cliffside of the manor. The manor. Yeah, British. The only killer escaping that way would be a dead one. Maybe he is dead then. None! Wait. So the killer didn't escape out the foyer window? What the heck, right? Huh. I suppose your next proposal is the killer sprouted wings and flew off the sunset. Yeah, that's what he did. That would mean the killer really was a yokai. If only you had some... Yawning. Oh dear. If only we had some sort of evidence that pointed to a flying killer. You're saying we don't? As completely far-fetched as it might seem. What? Oh no! Oh god, she's mad. You're saying you can prove the killer could fly? Perchance. Whoa! I thought I was the one with the cords. I thought I was the one with the cords of steel. Oh, I can't wait to hear this. I proved crazier. Oh. Your Honor. What evidence do you have that the killer flew away? It's a wonderful question, Your Honor. It's a very wonderful question. Let's see. Oh. Well, something's flying. Take a look at this special edition paper. Timataro. Real or flight of fancy? What does this article prove, Mr. Justice? The photo in that article was taken shortly after the murder. Maybe the yokai in that photo is the killer shortly after they fled out of the window? Perchance? Mr. Justice, you're not seriously suggesting... Oh, I'm serious. I mean, it all adds up. The killer, disguised as Tamataro, flew away. You know, by some way or another. Oh, he's so scared. Taka, I love you. It is your brain that has flowed the coop. Yes.
I'm going to the store.
Okay.
Would you like anything?
No.
Okay.
Goodbye. I almost just walked into my door. Ow. Anyway, we're back. That image. Excuse me. That image is not but trick photography or some other form of artifice. Are you sure about that? Okay then, how about the Temataro figure Mr. Filch saw? Just vanished into thin air? No. There's a rational, common sense explanation for that. That infernal yokai or Trixie Tanuki saw, witnessed, never reached the entrance. You think so? He, or should I say, she, turned back before the camera's electric eye. You're the one blaming the witness now. She? I don't like where this is going one bit. No. The fact that we know the yokai had come from the Fox Chamber means that it was likely either Mad Damien Tenma or his daughter Jinxie Tenma. However, we know Mad Tenma was already unconscious at that time. So you believe it's actually a duplicate? It's a Decepticon. Yeah. Shapeshifter was what I was going for, but no, not good. Not good at all. Do you understand the gravity of the situation now, Justice Dono? The falsified yokai remnants and the appearance of Temataro were the work of one individual. And that individual is none other than Jinxie Tenma. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you accuse the witness? It's not like the defense have done that a million times over. Excuse me. No! So that happened. Jinxie, how do you feel about being accused? Been accused of beating your father over the head and murdering his murderer friend? Order! Order! Defense will stop competing for the greatest breakout ever! The little scamp was, no doubt, simply trying to protect her father. And it's known that her superstitious mind conjured up this mad masquerade. Prosecutor Blackwell's assertion makes perfect sense to me. It's far more convincing than saying the killer escaped by flying out of the window. Hang gliders exist! Did you truly believe this could end any other way? Did we fall right into his trap? What do we do now, Apollo? Our case no longer stands without a real yokai. If only we had one. Malif, seize her! It is time I interrogated her as the samurai of Yorewood. I don't think that's a good idea, Mr. Criminal person. I don't think you should be allowed to interrogate somebody. Hello. Oh. Oh, there's gonna be a fight. Oh no. Meritema? Wait, that was not Apollo's voice. Meritema? This farce is over. How does it feel seeing your own daughter accused of a cover-up most foul? Do they have beef? Tema taught us true identity is me. Now, Mr. Mayor. It would be futile at this point to claim you were the yokai. After all, you had been knocked out cold by a blow to the skull. Slipping into a yokai costume and roaming by the mare would be all but impossible. Consider this well. As it stands, your daughter will be arrested for obstruction of justice. But if you confess, then the prosecution would be willing to overlook a little yokai farce. Confess? The defendant intends to confess? Wait. Apollo? Prosecutor Blackwell. Blackmailing! He's up to his mind games again. Meritema, no! Don't fall for his twisted words. If you're sent away for murder, Jinxie will be left all alone. The real killer is... Meritema's going to confess unless we do something. But I can't prove how the real killer could have flown away. It was Simon Blackwell. Look upon me in despair, for ripe is the time of my return. Uh-oh, I should watch what I wish for. He's possessed, or he's pretending to be possessed. Well, whoa, okay. Hello. Foolish mortals. I am Tenma, the yokai you seek. Mayor Tenma? Silence! I am Tenma, freed from the bonds binding me to the Forbidden Chamber. Behold, the return of the Demon King. What the... Demon King? Well then, I think it's time for me to take a vacation! You believe it? You're believing this act? I'm his lawyer and I don't believe this, buddy. I'm sorry. The word gullible is written on the ceiling, by the way. Taka! Order! The witness will... He will explain himself. Are you saying you're Temataru? The yokai we've been chasing this whole time? Indeed. It is I, Temataru. The one whom you seek, come to reveal the truth. This child is Temataru, you say? Ah, what nonsense. So, Mayor Tenma is a yokai now? His body's now mine. So you're saying that Mayor Tenma is being possessed by you? And that the yokai that Jinxie, Tenma, and Finney's village saw just now, and the one captured in the newspaper photo, those were all you? The accursed power of these warning charms prevents me from revealing my true form. Stop scaring your bird! Your boldness! I call lies! Can this not be interpreted as an admission of guilt? Well, a confession by a yokai would be quite unprecedented. Be that as it may, the defense's case has been overturned. What? Yeah. You claimed the yokai little scamp saw was some third party, the true killer. The one who escaped from the locked fox chamber. But it was the accused all along. Not necessarily. Ironic, is it not? Your yokai turned out to be real in a manner of speaking. For the alderman's killer is none other than the Mayor Tenma. And the yokai of the scene. That too was Mayor Tenma. Or should I say, our dear Tenma Taro. The pieces have all fallen into place. How so, Prosecutor Blackwell? It seems I must spell it all out for you. Mayor Tenma killed the alderman in the fox chamber, which was locked at the time. He then removed the warding charms from the forbidden chamber's door. But then he fell unconscious from the blow the alderman had delivered to his head. That's when his daughter Jinxie Tenma stumbled on the scene of the crime. The little scamp fled in terror, whereupon the spirit of Temataru, freed at last from the charm's warding effect, took possession of the mare. The newly freed Temataru then fled from the fox chamber. So you see, the yokai Jinxie Tenma saw was her father possessed as Temataru. Objection! But when we arrived on the scene, the mayor was found unconscious. How was that possible? So he's supposed to have flown out the foyer window. Then what? Do you mean to say the maid of keeping manor, Jinxie Tenma, was Temataru? Oh. Ah! Oh, well, oh, okay. That too is easily explained. This is my voice now. Actually, this is... No, whatever. For the bad for time I did, but presently tired I made for the forbidden chamber. But alas, exhaustion took me unawares in the chamber, and I knew no more. It would seem the pieces are still in place. Is Blackwell up to his tricks again? I don't know what to say. Is the defendant a real alive? So that rumor about Mayor Tenma is true? I knew yokai were real.
You mean he really did kill the alderman? Just so he could release Temataro?
Oda! Oda! I don't... What? Now he's got everyone in the courtroom believing in yokai. It's Simon Says on steroids. Oh god, anything but that. Wants to convict their client any ways he can, even if it means blaming a yokai. Okay, again, same deal as the flipping Miney case in the second game. Wouldn't that, if they're possessed, physically not in control of their own motions, wouldn't that fall under a similar thing as the insanity defense? If they are literally not in control of their own actions, how can they be held accountable for it? The proverbial ducks all in a row. That was not British. You should now have no qualms about finding the accused guilty, your boldness. This is one of the most bizarre cases in my entire career. Otherworldly, in fact. Can yokai even be prosecuted under our legal system? No, they can't. Maritime was just pretending to be Temataro and to protect his daughter. Plus, I already proved how a third party could have escaped the locker room. A verdict at this point would be premature. Since both sides have raised valid points, I have no choice but... You can't just say that to the judge. This is the dark age of law, where defense attorneys are not to be trusted. This is but a ploy to gain time for them to fabricate evidence. How will I sleep tonight? Knowing you will not let the sun rise on the mass day of reckoning. Justice Donald. You have a smirk while you're saying that. I don't fabricate any evidence. That's the prosecution's job. And Christoph Gavins. Then prove it by joining. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? Stop scaring Taka! You want us to go to jail? A night in the clink will ensure you will not succumb to temptation. And also, I finally have the context to know what he's referring to when he says the clink. I'm like 98% sure he's talking about jail. How about I just promise not to succumb to anything? We have both evidence and a confession. The killer is this yokai before us. It is beyond dispute. A guilty verdict is all but... What the... Zeus? Is he... Does he have like a shot collar on or something? What's wrong? Oh my god. Oh my god. Prosecutor Blackwell, we've had enough of your hijinks. The foundation of justice is fair play, and you are in serious violation of that. funny. What in the devil was that? Fulbright! Have you tampered with my shackles in some manner? Yep. It seems you found that quite shocking. It's my special jolt of justice device. Every press is a shocking reminder to behave. I have the same thing for my dogs, Fulbright! You shall pay for this. I, Simon Blackwell, vow to... Ah! Your Honor, you need not fear now. I believe Prosecutor Blackwell will remain on his best behavior. A bit late with the reassurances, aren't we, Detective? Well, I see now what that other guy was talking about. Well, in that case, this concludes today's deliberations. Prosecution and defense will use this opportunity to further their investigations. This court is adjourned. I've already been playing for 45 minutes, god dang. Today, I mean. Played for several hours before, but we're finally through the flipping first day of the first trial. Your forehead is so large. I can't even see your hair. April 18th, 1:20 p.m. Right at an agency. Zack is still mounted on the wall. Having a yokai testify in court today is unprecedented, to say the least. I am Tenmataro, the yokai you seek. How could such a straight-laced man like Mr. Tenma suddenly become a demon? Yeah, it's strange. Even worse, Prosecutor Blackwell is playing along. Can't even think straight anymore. I need to go out for a run. See you in a bit. You're listening to his advice? Wait, what about the investigation? Are we getting Trucy back? Trucy! Back! Whoa! Trucy, welcome back. Wait, do you know? Wait, that was Athena talking, right? You know each other?
Yep, I really nailed this new magic trick I've been working on. I also heard about those tricks that were conjured up in court earlier today. You know, the demon out of nowhere trick and Polly's tightrope style defense trick. I was seriously considering a disappearing act of my own after all that craziness. No, not like my father, please. Anyways, our next trick is to find a suspect other than the mayor. I know the killer must use the air duct in their escape. And whoever did that was the Tenmataro that Mr. Filch and Jinxie saw. Right. Maybe there's some evidence in the air duct. The real fight starts now. Hey, before you go, let me make the evidence you no longer need disappear. How do you know what I no longer need? Ah! She just stole things from me, Trucy. Unnecessary evidence has disappeared. Dude. I wonder where all this stuff goes into the Shadow Realm, obviously. Which means we can't get it back if we need it. Obviously, it's a video game, so we don't need it, but also, like, I would be freaking out if I were in a Apollo situation. Okay, let's get over to the scene of the crime. Vámonos, Apollo, vámonos! Sí, Athena, podemos hacerlo! Sí se puede! April 18th, Kiwi Manor, Fox Chamber. Detective Fulbright! Mind if we search the air duct? Well, since you really are on the side of justice, I suppose I can let you. Plus, my own sense of justice has been called into doubt. So, Wonder if he's been like this ever since the trial. Probably. Well, his sense of justice has been beaten to a pulp. It'll probably take a while for him to recover. I sort of feel bad for him. But we have work to do. Let's go get the evidence we need. The air duct is the key. We know a Temataro impersonator used it to make an escape. After murdering the alderman, the killer left the fox chamber through the hallway door. Then, after locking the door from the outside, the killer entered the air duct in the hallway. Finally, the killer dropped the key in the fox chamber through the air vent here. It looks more like a toss to me, but you know. Then went back through the duct and fled the manor. How did he do that in this bulky, flippin' Tomataro costume? That's how the illusion of no one entering or leaving the locked room was created. You know, considering this is an illusion, I feel like Trucy would be just a little bit more helpful than Athena. You know, just a little bit. You know nothing. Anyway. If the killer passed through the air duct, maybe we'll find some evidence there. Yeah, maybe some black feathers or something like that. Well, here's our vent. It's awfully high up. Don't worry, I brought a stepladder. Happy hunting. How nice of her to volunteer me for the job. Hey, at least she brought a stepladder. Whoa, it's pitch black in here. Well, here goes nothing. Do we not have a flashlight? Or a phone? There's a thick layer of dust in here. Which means nobody's been up here. I don't get it. Find anything? Yikes! Apollo, what happened? You're covered in dust. Yeah. Dust. Lots of dust. So what'd you find? You know how dust collects on something when nobody uses it for a long time? Yeah, like Mr. Wright's desk back at the office. Right. You think it'd be possible to crawl over that sort of dust without leaving a trail? I seriously doubt it. Wait, you're not suggesting no one's gone through that duct lately? Kinda looks that way. If it's true, Bertema's gonna be fingered as the killer. But if we don't turn things around quick. In justice we trust. Hello, sir. Ah! Sorry, Mr. Justice. But it seems your justice was not the most just after all. It is my sense of justice that has prevailed. Why are you being insufferable? Detective Fulbright, sir, seems chipper all of a sudden. Yeah. And I'm back to my old devastated self. Aw, come on. Where's that never say die spirit? Bring it on, Mr. Lawyer Man. Bring it on. Let me suffer in peace. Justice prevails once more. No matter what happens, justice would be prevailing. It's not over yet. Besides, kicking someone when they're down is what bad guys do. Exactly. Thank you, Athena. Are you calling me a bad guy? Me? Bobby Fulbright, champion of justice? How about some information on the investigation? I need some help here. Information? About the investigation? He's so animated. His movements and stuff. Alright, but I won't have you call me a bad guy. I can't understand. We did it, Apollo. Yeah, but how long can we keep this up? I see a sparkly over there. I guess we can't investigate. I want to see what this sparkly is. Is that the same thing that we just took and presented in court? Can't believe Prosecutor Blackwell would stoop that low. I mean, to pinning the blame on a yokai? He really wants a conviction at all costs. Like, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, why do you look like that? She could give a yokai a run for its money when she gets mad. Yes, well, I have him writing a self-reflective essay as we speak. I doubt that I'll teach him anything. I'm torn between this man is insufferable and this man is the funniest thing I have seen in this game series so far. Yeah, I'll probably just write dotard 1,000 times. That whole yokai business is most likely a ploy to win a conviction. Truth is, Prosecutor Blackwell believes Jinxie Tenma planted that yokai stuff. Planted it in an effort to protect her father. The real killer. Yeah, right! I'd like to see him prove it! Whoa, calm down. He doesn't have any direct evidence. Well, we did find this. The staff. It was at the base of the cliff. He did go out the cliff. Off the cliff out the window. Yeah, that's the word. It was in the base of the cliff, just outside Kumi Manor. Wait. That isn't the staff Semataro is supposedly carrying, is it? The one and only. Miss Tenma no doubt tossed it over the cliff when she was done. No way! Whoa, what about Prince? Nope, no Prince. But if she was wearing a costume, there wouldn't be any anyway. Well, Prince or no Prince, it's not going to work in our favor. I mean, it quite literally could work in either direction. Because was he... Hold on, do we still have access to this? Yes, we do. Is he carrying a staff there? I don't think so. Sounds like the staff might have belonged to the mansion. But if that's the case... then where in the mansion did Tenma get it from? The Amazing Ninetales. Did Prosecutor Blackwell figure out that the victim was the Amazing Ninetales? He did indeed. He's a sharp one, all right. He figured it out while investigating the municipal murder and the victim's past. Nice. The Amazing Ninetales sparked the yokai craze and worked against the merger. The Mayor Damien Tenma is the corrupt politician who murdered that great hero. The Amazing Ninetales' fans are so angry, they even tried to storm the detention center. Wow. I don't blame them. I mean, their favorite masked wrestling hero was murdered. They must have been shocked when they found out what happened. Speaking of which, isn't Jinxie also a fan of the Amazing Ninetales? And Mayor Tenma would absolutely do nothing to make Jinxie upset. The wrestler's mask is more precious than his own life. He'd never unmask himself in front of others. But There are matches where wrestlers battle for the right to remove each other's masks. To have your mask torn off is the worst humiliation a wrestler could suffer. That's why their masks are more important to them than life itself. She spoke with a passion that only a fan could appreciate. We had to become fans ourselves and go protest in front of the prison. What? Yeah, I'm with you, Apollo. Why are we doing this? What? No. Did you forget that Mayor Temple is not only Jinxie's father, but our client? Oh, yeah. You be careful now. You're defending the most hated mayor in history. I just hope you don't find yourself on the wrong end of a figure four leg. Oh, what now? Oh, it's probably a wrestling term. Maybe I should wear a mask to hide my identity. Now the hair's too recognizable. Are there any other new developments we should know about? Now that you mention it. Our suspect is suffering partial memory loss, but he did manage to remember something. He did. Wait, why is he having memory? Is he actually possessed? What? He did? What did he say? He said he didn't want to speak with us. His exact words were, "I am under no obligation to speak with you mortals." And other things of that nature. Wonder what Mayor Tenma remembered. Too bad you can't go ask him now, because Prosecutor Blackwell is busy questioning him. Again, I don't think that's a good idea, especially since you're here. You're the one who has the electric shocky thingies. Why are you just leaving him alone with the defendant? It's not a good idea. I know. Why don't Why don't you wait down at the playground with the rest of the kids? Being condescending is also a thing a bad guy would do. I don't think you should be doing that, my friend. What now, Apollo? How about regrouping back at the agency? Good idea. We might get some words of wisdom out of Mr. Wright. While we're there, I doubt it. Is it? That's all we got? Yeah, one of his least see what. Look, I am an attorney. Oh, wow. So this is my attorney's badge. No. Presented with more confidence and conviction. Like this. Okay. How's this? Yeah, this is better, buddy. Here comes justice! That was amazing. But you know what they say, practice makes perfect. Let's see you do it 10 more times. Okay, I'll try my best. Do you think something will actually happen if I do present it 10 times? Oh, Apollo, what are you doing? How do you talk me into this? I'm doing it again. I'm gonna do it 10 more times. Oh. Fine. He didn't change from 10 to 9 or anything. So sad. Mask. What about this? Justice needs backup sometimes too. I don't mind you asking for help, but you should start by thinking things over yourself. After all, the road to justice starts with your own first step. If you don't have any information to offer, you can just say so. Alright, I just wanted to see that. The flipping. Yeah. Okay, I guess we're going back to the Write Anything Agency. Talk to Mr. Wright. April 18th, Write Anything Agency. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases? Oh, wait. Maybe I'll go read over some past cases. Then I'll go do some research on exorcisms. Hey, what's with you guys? You seem bummed out. How should I put this? It's like we're at the edge of a cliff, and the only way is down. In other words, business as usual, right? Yeah, I suppose so. Except this time it's like we're bound and gagged, too. Don't forget blindfolded with our ears plugged up. Oh, and monsters at every turn, huh? Sounds rough. Hey, Apollo. Oh, and Athena's here too. Mr. Wright. How goes the investigation, Apollo? Athena? I think it's safe to say that things have gotten hairier than before. Really? What happened? We're kind of dying and have been threatened by a man, and then that man got electrocuted, so he didn't kill us, but. I was watching the TV this morning from the gallery. That was one tough day in court, to say the least. I know. I've never had to defend a yokai before. That business about the locked room was another major hurdle. Yeah, and on top of that, Jinxie was accused of being an accomplice. But at least you figured out how someone could escape from the Forbidden Chamber. Yeah, well, we just found out that our reasoning might be a tad flawed. Oh, really? Well, that's bad news. You don't say. How are we gonna get out of this one? The worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. Callback to Mia. Oh my god. Force a smile? Yeah. My mentor taught me that back when I was still learning the trade. She also taught me to return to the basics whenever I got stuck. Return to the basics? That's right. Always believe in your client, no matter what happens. That is Laura's greatest and most trusted weapon. The basics. Always believe in your client, huh? So, Mr. Wright, how long have you known Athena? I met her during a trip to Europe. Huh? You were in Europe? Why haven't I heard about this before? Yeah, I went there a few times to study the various legal systems over there. Figure out how people keep getting prosecuting jobs at younger and younger age. I met this one crazy lady, 13 years old. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. I thought you worked as a pianist after you quit practicing law. I did, but an old friend of mine needed help with some legal work from time to time, so. Oh, guess you were never very far from the courtroom then. It was like fate brought us together. It's thanks to Mr. Wright that I became a lawyer at all. Oh, that's familiar. I knew she was lawyer material from the moment I met her. And I have high hopes for her ability to analyze people's emotions. Good for you, Mr. Wright. I don't have nearly so much faith in that. It's nothing special. Maybe I've underestimated that analytical psychology of hers. It's just, I thought that if my special ability could help defend innocent people, then I had to do everything in my power to bring it into the courtroom. That's when I really started hitting the books hard. I'm still amazed she actually became a lawyer after you just said you had faith in her. At the tender age of 18, no less. Yeah, how did that work? Wow, that's almost superhuman. Or personal. Like she trying to help somebody she knows. She does have like a crazy backstory, if I recall. I know she has a backstory. I feel like we saw a cutscene that had something to do with that, but I don't really remember what happened in it. I just remember getting. Oh yeah, I thought she was guilty. And blood. Yes, remember blood. Anyway, that was probably from like flipping 6 streams ago. Alright, I'm totally pumped up after talking to you, Mr. Wright. It's like you said, the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. And don't forget to return to the basics whenever you get stuck. Keep believing in my client. Right. Mr. Wright? Yeah? I'm gonna go visit our client again. I think that's a good idea. Right, time to see what's new down at the detention center. April 18th, detention center. Visitors lounge, room, whatever. Maritema, we wanted to talk to you about something. Well, so my minions have returned. Apollo, he still thinks he's a yokai. Wonder if we'll ever be able to talk to Maritema again. Bring up Jinxie, it'll probably be fine. Silence, peddler of the illegal trade. Free me from these imprisoning walls with great haste. Wow, you're sounding more and more like a real demon with every sentence. I'm starting to wonder if we should even be helping him with his freedom. Still, we can't let Maritema stay possessed, you know? You know what I mean? So he actually is just possessed. If you can clear me of this charges, I will help in whatever manner I may. No ask of me what you will. Suppose it's worth a shot. Yeah, so he's actually just possessed. Okay. Were those feathers and tracks at the scene of the crime really your doing? Indeed, the remnants of Tematara, king of the underworld they be. The day when once again I dominate the mortal world is at hand. I'm still skeptical, but you know. Prosecution claims the feathers and tracks were planted by Jinxie. What's this? I must breach his. Yeah, it's him. It's him. And go defend my little Jinxie at once. Huh? Tenma, is that you? Well, now, Damien appears to still reside within this body, but I should have expected as much from a descendant of mine. Be silent now, Damien. Guess a little thing like demonic possession will stop a father's love for his daughter. You didn't kill Alderman Cubey, did you? I've killed no one. The remnants of my presence may have been misconstrued. The murderer is not I. For if I had slain that mortal, raging hellfire would have consumed him, leaving naught but ash. Yikes! So you're saying there must have been somebody else there? Come to think of it, the mayor had mentioned that he'd been clubbed with this statue. Better ask about this too. Detective Fulbright mentioned that you might have something new to tell me? Indeed, I have. I regurgitated this key but a short while ago. Behold, the key to the forbidden chamber. Whoa. Is regurgitation one of your demonic powers, dude? How is he fooling everyone? Ah! I do not waste my powers on such parlor tricks. Take the key from the killer, did Damien, whereupon he swallowed it. He sought to bar the killer entry to the forbidden chamber. So he wanted to keep it shut tight? But no fingerprints shall you find upon the key. How do you know that? Wait, is that another one of your demonic powers, then? Foolish mortal, you would have me, Tematara, act as some Essenine alchemist. I but asked the jailer, and my will was done. Quite eagerly, I must add. Always an honor to serve your malevolence. Okay, I like this guy. Guess I'm not the only one he scares the living daylights out of. Can we ask how you use this key? We couldn't find a keyhole anywhere in or around the door. Curse that infernal door. What if I had known its manner of opening long ago when I made my return? He's a point there. Maybe Jinxie knows something about how the whole thing works? Forbidden chamber key. And I mean, if he swallowed it, it would only make sense. There's no fingerprints on it. Alright, and then he mentioned present the thing that smacked him across the head. This. What, might I ask, is that? This statue was found at the scene. Someone hit Mayor Tenma over the head with it. It had been wrapped in a large cloth before the alderman's murder. Let me see, Mother Damien knows about such a thing. Yes, something wrapped in just such a cloth as you recall. A secret gift from Alderman Kirby, it would seem. He, however, had not a chance to see it at all. Till now, for the cloth did conceal it. Either the cloth fell off or was removed after the mayor was struck. Of that Damon does not know. Secret gift? Interesting. Maybe Jinxie knows something about it. I should question him about the... Okay, wow. Apollo, you don't need to spoon feed me. And on that note, I think it's about time to end this, unfortunately. So I will save, and I will be back. Probablemente in, when will I be back? Martes, quizás? Yeah, either way, thank you to my non-existent viewers. And, yeah, good day to you.